Have your legs felt weaker lately, like they just don't hold you like they used to? What if I told you some of the vitamins you take every morning, thinking they're helping, could actually be making your legs weaker after 60? I know, it sounds surprising. But it's true. Some vitamins that seem healthy on the surface can quietly chip away at your leg strength, day by day, without you even knowing it. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through 5 vitamins that can harm your legs if not taken the right way, and simple tips you can use to protect your leg health starting today. Stick with me until the end, because number 5 is one that many people believe is the best vitamin for aging, but it might actually be hurting you if you're not careful. After 60, your legs are more than just your way of getting around. They're your freedom, your independence. But here's what most people don't realize: some common vitamins can throw off your mineral balance, weaken your muscles, and make walking feel less steady than it used to. The information I'm about to share comes from trusted scientific studies and advice from senior nutrition experts. So if you care about keeping your legs strong and steady for years to come, this video is for you. Watch till the very end. Just one small change could make all the difference. 1. High vitamin A. A lot of folks over 60 take vitamin A to help with vision and skin health. And yes, in the right amount, it can do good. But here's the thing: when you take too much, it can actually make your muscles weaker, not stronger. Let me tell you about Carol. She's 67, retired, and loves gardening. A few months ago, she read an article online that said vitamin A was great for aging eyes. So she started taking a high-dose supplement every day. At first, she felt fine. But soon she noticed her legs felt heavy. She'd get tired just walking to the mailbox. Standing up from her chair became harder. She thought maybe it was just age catching up. Meanwhile, her neighbor and longtime friend, Mike, who's 70, was doing just fine. He takes a small dose of vitamin A, nothing fancy, and mostly gets his from sweet potatoes, carrots, and spinach. He still goes on his morning walks without a problem. Carol finally brought it up at a checkup, and her doctor asked about her supplements. Turned out, she was taking way more vitamin A than she needed. Her doctor explained that high doses of vitamin A can mess with your vitamin D and calcium levels, 2 things that are key for strong muscles and bones. Without that balance, your muscles lose strength over time. And that's what was happening to Carol. She wasn't sick, just out of balance. Here's the simple fix: if you're over 60, you probably don't need more than 2,000 IU of vitamin A a day, unless your doctor says otherwise. Try to get it from real food first, things like carrots, sweet potatoes, even spinach. It's safer that way, and your body absorbs it better. Also, always check the label. Some multivitamins sneak in big doses without you noticing. Less is often more, especially as we age. And now, the next vitamin we're going to talk about might really surprise you. It's one that a lot of people think is great for bone health, but it can actually raise your risk of falling if you're not careful. Let's get into it. 2. High-dose calcium without magnesium. Calcium is the go-to vitamin for bone health, right? We've heard it for years: strong bones need calcium. But here's what many people don't realize: without enough magnesium, calcium can actually work against you, especially as you get older. Take Harold, for example. He's 72, a retired school teacher, and still loves doing crossword puzzles every morning at his kitchen table. A few months back, after reading a pamphlet at his pharmacy, he started taking 1,200 milligrams of calcium every day, thinking it would protect his bones and prevent fractures. That's what we've all been told. But then, things started to feel off. Harold began waking up in the middle of the night with painful leg cramps. Some days, just standing up from the couch felt like his legs had forgotten how to work. He was frustrated. He was doing what he thought was right. His neighbor, Jean, who's 70 and still takes care of her backyard garden like a pro, had a totally different experience. She also takes calcium, but her doctor recommended a combo supplement with both calcium and magnesium. No cramps. No weakness. She still moves around with ease. So, what's the deal? Well, calcium and magnesium work like a team. Calcium helps contract the muscles, but magnesium helps them relax. Without magnesium, calcium can build up in the wrong places, like your soft tissues and muscles, leading to stiffness, cramps, even muscle weakness. Worse, too much calcium without the balance of magnesium may cause it to settle where it shouldn't, not in your bones, but in your arteries or joints. That's not just uncomfortable, it's dangerous. Here's a simple fix. If you're taking calcium supplements, make sure you're also getting magnesium. A good ratio is about 2 to 1. For every 1,000 milligrams of calcium, aim for 500 milligrams of magnesium. And food is a great source too. Pumpkin seeds, avocados, and leafy greens like spinach are full of magnesium and easy to add into meals. And always check your labels. Not all supplements come with both. You may think you're doing your body a favor, but missing that one key ingredient could make all the difference. Now, what if I told you there's another vitamin that almost everyone over 60 is taking, but your body might not be absorbing it at all anymore? That's coming up next, and it's one you'll definitely want to hear about. 3. High-dose vitamin B6. Vitamin B6 is known to help your nerves work properly. It supports brain health, mood, and keeps your body running smoothly. But here's something most people don't hear. Too much of it can actually damage your nerves, especially the ones in your legs. That's what happened to Ted, a 68-year-old retired mechanic who just wanted to stay sharp. He started taking a popular multivitamin that had 100 milligrams of B6 in it. He figured more was better, right? But a few months in, things started changing. He noticed a strange numbness in his feet, like they'd fallen asleep and never fully woke up. Then he started stumbling more, losing his balance on simple walks around the block. Worried, Ted went to see his doctor. After a few tests, the diagnosis came back: vitamin B6 toxicity. His body had been overloaded, and now his nerves were paying the price. Now let's talk about Rose. She's 70, loves gardening, and never misses her morning oatmeal with sliced banana. That's where she gets her B6, from natural foods. No high-dose pills. No numbness. She's steady, active, and full of energy. So what's going on? Vitamin B6 is water-soluble, which means your body flushes out the excess, up to a point. But when you go over 100 milligrams a day for a long time, especially after 60, your nervous system becomes more vulnerable. It can't handle the overload the way it used to. High levels of B6 can lead to a condition called peripheral neuropathy, damage to the nerves in your hands and feet. That means tingling, numbness, burning sensations, and worst of all, loss of balance. And for older adults, balance isn't just comfort, it's independence and safety. Here's what you can do: check your supplement labels. Many multivitamins have way more B6 than you need. The recommended daily amount for adults over 60 is just 1.7 milligrams. That's it. And unless your doctor tells you otherwise, there's usually no reason to go beyond that. Better yet, stick with natural sources when possible. Whole grains, bananas, avocados, and chicken are all great sources of B6 that your body can process more gently. It's so easy to think more is better, especially when we just want to stay healthy. But sometimes, especially with vitamins, more can actually mean harm. You don't feel it right away. It sneaks up on you. Just like it did with Ted. Now, the next vitamin we're about to talk about is often called a miracle for anti-aging. But if you're not careful, it could be quietly draining strength from your legs, and most people have no idea. Let's take a closer look. 4. High-dose vitamin E. Vitamin E sounds like one of those safe vitamins, right? It's known for being an antioxidant, helping your skin, protecting your cells from aging, and boosting your immune system. But here's the thing most people don't realize: if you take too much of it, it can actually thin your blood, and that's when trouble starts. Take Linda, for example. She's 70 and always took pride in taking care of herself. Every morning, she'd drink a smoothie, do her stretches, and pop her 800 IU vitamin E supplement, twice the amount most doctors would ever recommend. Why? because she'd read somewhere that vitamin E helped prevent wrinkles and kept skin soft. Sounded like a no-brainer. But then something happened. One morning, Linda tripped on her front steps. It wasn't even a hard fall, just a small stumble. But the bruising was shocking. Her arm turned deep purple and didn't heal for weeks. When she saw her doctor, the blood test showed her clotting levels were way off. The culprit? Too much vitamin E. Meanwhile, her friend and workout buddy, Susan, also had glowing skin, but she never took pills. She just cooked with sunflower oil, added almonds to her breakfast, and drizzled olive oil on her salads. No bruising, no blood thinning, and definitely no scary falls. So what's going on? Vitamin E in high doses, especially over 400 IU per day, can interfere with how your blood clots. That's especially risky if you're also taking any blood thinners like aspirin or warfarin. And after age 60, your body becomes more sensitive to that kind of imbalance. One bump, one trip, and suddenly a minor fall can turn into something serious. And here's the frustrating part, you don't feel any symptoms at first. You think you're just doing something good for your body. Then one bruise turns into another, or a nosebleed won't stop like it used to. And if you fall, that thin blood won't help you. So what should you do? Keep it simple. Most people only need around 15 milligrams, 22 IU, of vitamin E a day. And you can easily get that from food. A handful of sunflower seeds, some spinach, or a few almonds can give your body what it needs, no pills required. If you're already taking vitamin E supplements, take a moment today to check the label. Is it over 400 IU? Are you also on any blood thinners? Don't just guess. Ask your doctor. It's always better to double check before something goes wrong. Linda thought she was doing everything right. She cared about her health. But like so many others, she didn't realize that even something as harmless as vitamin E could backfire if taken the wrong way. Now, here's the thing, there's one more vitamin that sounds completely safe. You've probably taken it for years. But if your kidneys aren't working perfectly, which is common after 60, it could be weakening your legs slowly, quietly, and without warning. Let's talk about it next. 5. High-dose vitamin D without a blood test. We all hear it, take your vitamin D, it's good for your bones and muscles. And that's true. But here's the part people rarely talk about, taking too much vitamin D without checking your blood levels can quietly cause harm. Let me tell you about Jerry. He's 75, still sharp, and walks every morning with his buddies. One day, someone in the group said, "You need more vitamin D as you get older, 5,000 IU a day keeps your bones strong." So Jerry started taking it, every single day. No blood test, no doctor's advice. Just good intentions and a bottle from the drugstore. At first, everything seemed fine. But after a few months, Jerry noticed his muscles felt sore for no reason. His legs were weak after walking short distances. He didn't have much of an appetite. He thought, maybe it's just age. But something didn't feel right. So he finally went to his doctor. The blood test showed something surprising, his calcium levels were too high. Why? Because his vitamin D levels were way over the safe limit. That extra vitamin D was telling his body to absorb more calcium than it needed. And instead of helping his bones, it started affecting his muscles, his appetite, and even putting stress on his kidneys. Meanwhile, his friend Susan, same age, also took vitamin D, but only after doing a blood test. Her doctor recommended 1,000 IU a day, and she got rechecked every few months. She stayed active, her muscles were strong, and she didn't have any weird side effects. The difference? She didn't guess. She checked. Here's what's going on behind the scenes. Vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium, which is great if you need it. But too much vitamin D raises calcium levels in your blood. And when calcium gets too high, it doesn't go to your bones. It goes to your soft tissues. That can lead to muscle weakness, joint pain, confusion, nausea, and kidney issues. You won't notice it right away, but slowly, your body starts feeling off. And the tricky part? Older adults are more sensitive to these changes. What seems like a harmless supplement can hit harder than you expect. So what should you do? First, don't guess your vitamin D needs. Get a blood test. It's quick, easy, and it gives your doctor the full picture. Most people only need 800 to 2000 IU a day, depending on their levels. That's it. No need for mega doses unless a doctor tells you otherwise. Second, be careful with advice from well-meaning friends or online posts. What works for one person could be too much for another, especially when it comes to vitamins that stay in your body for a long time. And finally, check your multivitamins and other supplements. You might be getting more vitamin D than you think, especially if you're also drinking fortified milk or eating vitamin-rich cereals. Jerry didn't mean to overdo it. He just wanted strong bones and healthy aging. But without checking first, he ended up hurting the very things he was trying to protect. So before you pop that next vitamin D pill, ask yourself, have I checked my levels? If not, now's the time. Because taking care of yourself means doing it smart, not just doing it more. So, we've just walked through 5 common vitamins that can actually weaken your legs after 60 if taken the wrong way. High-dose vitamin A. Calcium without magnesium. Too much vitamin B6. High-dose vitamin E. And vitamin D without a blood test. The good news? You're not powerless. In fact, you're in full control. When you understand what your body really needs, take the right dose, and pay attention to how you feel, you can protect your legs, your balance, and your freedom to move as you age. Because strong legs aren't just about walking. They're about independence. About getting out of bed with ease, walking in the park, dancing at your grandchild's wedding, or simply stepping outside on a sunny morning without fear of falling. It all starts with knowledge and a few smart choices. Now it's your turn. Have you ever taken any of the vitamins we mentioned? Ever felt something wasn't quite right after starting a new supplement? Share your story in the comments below. We read every one, and you never know who you might help just by speaking up. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss future videos like this. Know someone who takes a lot of vitamins? Share this video with them. It could make a real difference. Let's keep our legs strong and our spirits even stronger. We're in this together.